Hi, I'm Stephen Lubeck, and welcome to the first ever episode of the 360 Show. What an amazing logo. What an amazing day, and there's no better time than the present. A lot of people have asked, what's this podcast gonna be about? When's it gonna start? When's this? When's that? Everyone's got a plethora of questions. I'm prepared now, finally in a position where I procrastinated long enough. For example, before we even get started, what it's about, you may be asking yourself this. I can't hear him, whining like a little baby that you might be. However, I have the mics, I have everything all set up, and even me myself, as smart as I am, couldn't figure out how to sync these up to my phone. So you don't get those until later, and that's fine. However, my mindset is this. Even something so simple as not being able to connect those, I chose to look at it like this. Instead of getting pissed off, delaying the podcast even later, I said, good, I can't figure it out. I will take the time and the resources later to figure it out. What a unique experience. However, things must move on. I have things to do. I can't fiddle around with it for too long. I have work to do, and I'm not going to delay this podcast any longer. So my whole mental mindset and frame is good. I will find a way to do it. Now in that and having my mindset, it allows me to progressively move forward through life. This is how I choose to look at life. If I can't find a way to sync that up, why would I not post this episode, right? So in that mindset, it allows me to analyze it and say, good, maybe, this is maybe, now you have to listen a little more intently to what it is that I'm saying instead of the audio being super clear. Maybe you can't hear me at all and I'm just talking to myself. Either way, it doesn't matter. Let's use another example. In my lovely plethora of experiences in life, I have found a way to overcome some of the most difficult adversity that most people would be, traumatized by. They would be, affected by for life. They'd be stuck in therapy for years. They do not control their own minds, and it would ruin their life. However, because on something so small as connecting up a microphone, you can correlate and translate that to the important things of life. So, your girlfriend left you because you're a loser. You lost the house because you can't pay a mortgage. Whatever it is, you lost the job, you lost your mom, you lost your dad, who knows, who cares? If you do not find a way to live in reality, there will be so many things that happen that get you off track and you will be distracted. If you have enough forward momentum, you will be able to overcome anything that is perceived as a setback or a disadvantage, right? Talking about setbacks, let me sit back. So, something as simple as this can be correlated into the bigger things because it's the same principle. It doesn't matter what it is, it's the same principle. And that's something that I've constructed through the last 32 years of being on this planet. I know I'm an old man, I take full responsibility for that. But understanding these principles will allow you to overcome any obstacle in life. And I'm prepared to teach you that if you're prepared to learn. However you found this podcast, whether it be on my YouTube channel, my Instagram, however, whatever, I will not edit any of my videos. I believe in raw content. If you don't like what I have to say, just hit that unsubscribe button. Go follow all the little soy boys out there. It's not a problem. I'm here to deliver value that I believe that you can internalize and cultivate and develop into your life and create a better life for yourself, for your loved ones, and for society. That is my mission. Now, in that, I want to use me as the prime example of someone who is perceived in a certain manner, but my intentions only go so far. And what I mean is this. If you do not find a way to have some level of that physicality or the financial literacy, you do not matter in life. If you have an opinion and you're not prepared to defend it, you don't matter. If you're just walking around with no financial means or no value, you still do not matter. So, in order to have a more successful life, even if you're a tree hugger, I think that's amazing. We need trees. It provides oxygen, not a problem. If you're gonna hug one tree, why not hug 100,000 trees? I do not believe in doing anything in such a small, meaningless mindset or frame. I believe if you're gonna do something, you should do it to the best of your capability. And that's something that I've cultivated through the most absolute, most difficult experiences in life. And if you understand what it takes to achieve your goals, you can probably find a lot of value in this. So, however you found me, buckle up, you're about to get a plethora of knowledge, and we can go over some of the issues that you may be having, not having. Use me as an example. We don't have to talk about you, it's not a problem. You know, you'll be offended by certain things here or there, or not. And use me as a prime example. I've been recently released from being incarcerated for the last 8 weeks. My mortgage is current, my life is amazing. And they may say, oh, you're lucky, I don't know how you did it, but oh, you're just so lucky. And I say, yes, I am lucky. The harder I work, the luckier I get. So, you would say, well, if my dumbass found a way to do it, surely you, Mr. Cameraman, could find a way to cultivate the necessary characteristics to become a formidable force, right? So, if you can't use my experiences and apply that to your life to execute on whatever level it is, I'm not here to judge. This isn't Planet Fitness. You know, you can do whatever you want. You were given the dignity of choice. You can come up with whatever it is that you want to do in life. I'm not here to judge. I'm not here to help in providing a contradicting perspective. You can do whatever you want. This is my life. I love my life. My life's absolutely amazing. They can lock me up tomorrow. It's not a problem. I'd still find a way to win. I'd still find a way to pay the mortgage, take care of the kiddo, do all sorts of things. It doesn't matter. One of the number one core principles in life is this. It does not matter what happens in life. It depends on how you react to all of life's happenings. So, if you cannot find a way to beat the silly microphones, conquer your little depression that doesn't even exist, then you are going to have a very rough and difficult life. It doesn't matter what happens the rest of the day. It doesn't matter what happens the rest of my life. I have constructed a mindset that allows me to be a winner no matter what happens. And that's what I want for you. And if you're not able to cultivate that through watching all of these episodes or gaining value, that's fine. Put all the hate in the comments. I'd hate me if I wasn't me either. That's not a problem. However, if you do find value and you can start that dialogue and we can grow together and we can find a way to grow to the top, build a community that allows people to thrive, I'm prepared to do that. And if not, and it's just me, myself, and I, that's not a problem. I have a lot of goals. We'll go into that into later episodes. I just wanted to introduce myself, get this first episode out, and explain what it is that I'm trying to do. And if you find value in that, then, you know, share it with your friends and ask me a million questions. I'm prepared to be an open book. There's nothing that I don't hide. There's nothing that I have anything to be ashamed of. I've never wronged anyone in my life. I stand tall and proud off of the man that I am today. I have not made the best choices. There's many people out there that haven't, but I'm willing to take full responsibility for that and eventually move forward. I do not live in the past, I live in today. And the only thing that's coming is tomorrow. If you do not live in reality, you're either in the past or in la la land of dreaming that things are gonna get better. They will not get better. Life is binary. You're either winning or you're losing. You can't have it both ways. Another example, real life example, was the other day. The analogy that I like to use is the Patriots and the Falcons game. When the Falcons were up 28-3 at halftime, everyone says, well, the Falcons, had the game won, the Patriots got lucky. There's a whole explanation, just this, that, all this, oh, they got lucky and they shouldn't have caught that pass, and the Falcons really just kind of blew the game, and all of this jargon. And it's just like, who cares? Who cares? What is the most important thing? And it fits in a little box, and that is this: the score. The score is pretty relevant, and let's just use in life the score in your bank balance. Oh, I'm a good person, I give, I do this, yeah, whatever, we're all good people, we all give, do, you're no special. No one's special, who cares? But in life, like the scoreboard, there are winners and there are losers. It's the harsh reality of life, and by default, if you are not winning, you are a loser. Now, the definitions of those is completely up to you. You may be homeless, have all the freedom in the world to do whatever it is that you want, and that's you winning. That's amazing. I love that definition for you. Mine is a little bit different, and that's my definition for me. You have yours, I have mine, that's amazing. So, there are winners and there are losers. What I don't like is the whole jargon back and forth. Oh, they should have done this, they should have did that, oh, if it wasn't for that interception. Who cares? So, I like to use myself once again as a prime example, and that is this. My goal was to get this podcast started by the 1st of August. I did not do that, and that's 100% on me. I wanted my mortgage to be current. As you know, the last 4 months of my sentence, I got sent back, whoop-de-doop-de-doo, who knows, who cares. But I got sent back, I defaulted on the mortgage for quite some time, and until I got current on it, all my time and effort was devoted to getting current. I have responsibilities, I have a million things to do, and until I got it done, I didn't want to do an episode. So I was talking to my mom, and it was August 1st, and she said, "Is the mortgage current?" I said, "Well, you know, this one job didn't go as planned," won't mention any names. This one job didn't go as planned, 12 days, free work, I had a plethora of reasons for not doing well. And she asked me one question, and that was this: is the mortgage current or not? And after I was done giving all the justifiable excuses that I could come up with, which was, valid, nobody cares. I did not get it done. And that one hit hard for me because my mortgage company doesn't care about what my excuses are, what I've done, what I haven't done. Is it paid in full? So, the value in that is analyzing in myself. Nobody cares why you have the excuses, why you're not fit, why you're not rich, why you're not in the house that you want to, why you're not with the girl that you want, the guy you want, all the excuses you're gonna come up with. Oh, my parents were really just abusive, I didn't have a good childhood, some of the typical excuses that people come up with. Oh, I'm not that talented, I have a hard time controlling things. Great. Once you're done rambling off a list of reasons as to why you're a loser, that is this: you have two choices. You can either play the victim and feel sorry for yourself, which is justifiable. You get a lot of sympathy. Oh, it's okay, buddy, just have a beer. Ah, I bet that girl, she doesn't appreciate you, Or option B is this: you can live in reality, and reality means this. Reality is, it is what it is. Reality is today. The results that you've gotten today. It doesn't matter how fast your metabolism is. It doesn't matter if you do 100 push-ups a day. If you are overweight, if you are broke, if your wife doesn't respect you, if your husband doesn't provide for you, whatever the issue is, it's your fault. Now, the best thing about it being your fault is as follows. When it's your fault, the flip side is this: you are the solution. You watching this right now, if you made it this far, I'm not saying that I will make it this far. If you've made it this far, you're the reason. You're the reason you have everything in your lives. Everything in your life. But also, you're the solution. So what does that mean? For you to make an informed decision to rectify and cultivate a necessary result that you're trying to get, you would have to have the knowledge and the plethora of experiences to achieve that result. You may not know how to do that, but that's okay. I've got a lot of books, a lot of experiences. I'm prepared to share that with you so that you can execute and achieve your goals. I'm a nobody. I'm a broke boy over here. I've got a lot of bills, a lot of things to do, this, that, who knows, who cares. But what I will do is execute today. I will find time for the things that matter. A lot of people say, well, I don't have time. I gotta go to work, I have a family, I have this, I have that. Yeah, good. You should take care of your family. That's your choice. You can have anything you want, but how do you utilize your time? I bet everyone got a nice little rest last night. I'm up till 5 a.m. I'm busy. I got things to do. So, you have the same 24 hours that I do. I was once staring at a concrete wall weeks ago, and yet I have found a way to get enough forward momentum, through my adversity to have a base standard of decent living. However, send me back, it doesn't matter. 0.09, no one cares. I'm here to share a message that is so powerful that you can control your mind if you wanted to. And if there's something in your life that you don't have, you don't want it bad enough, and that's okay. Stay a loser. It's not my prerogative. Whether you do push-ups or not has zero effect on me. It doesn't matter. My life is my life. I accept full responsibility for the results that I'm getting. Never complain and never explain. Two very important things that I live by. So, if you made it this far, that's amazing. This is gonna wrap it up for the first episode. I've got lots to talk about. I don't wanna ramble and go on and on and on of all the goals that I have, all of the ambition and this and that. I put it into action. It's the only reason you're even listening to it this far in. I'm a man of my word, and I'm prepared to put in the work. So everyone starts coming back a little bit. Oh, some messages in my DM. Everyone wants to get back on the Steven train. The train left the station. That's fine. Everyone has a busy life. I have a busy life, and so do you. However, when you want to hop on the train and it's too late, that's your prerogative. However, if you want to find a way to create a successful life for you, I believe that I'm willing to put myself out there and say, I started with the first episode. I don't care how many times I mess up. I don't care what happens in 10 years. I could be 600 pounds working at Taco Bell. Doesn't matter. They're all going to laugh at me. Ha, 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 ha. He tried to start an episode. This guy's a loser. You know, who cares? That would be my prerogative. I'm willing to stand upon the results that I'm getting. If things go as planned, which they will, in 2 years from now, 1 year from now, 8 years from now, I will look back at this day and say, not getting these synced up, not finding any excuses to not execute, massive action will always make up for some of the advantages and disadvantages that we have. So I'm prepared to put a massive amount of content out there. Please bear with me. I'm incredibly busy. I have things to do as much as you do. So if you find some value in this, hit the share button, tell your friends about it. Even if you want to hate on me and enjoy me being the laugh of the town, laughing stock, ha 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 ha, don't know, don't care. So you have a good rest of your day. I've said enough. I have work to do. This isn't Planet Fitness. This is the Judgment Zone. And if you're prepared to learn, I'm prepared to teach.